So let's have an honest discussion about if the Anunnaki and the Elohim are the same gods. Are these the same beings? Are we looking at the same story being retold by different groups, and that they have adopted these stories through conquering, or through war, or just through trade, just through interactions, or just through admiration of the stories that they shared? I believe that there is some truth to this. I believe that there is a connection between these groups. I believe that if we look at the Anunnaki, we will see a lot of the Elohim in the Anunnaki, and we will see the Anunnaki connect to the Elohim if you look further, far enough into it. For instance, we have at the top of the Anunnaki, we have Tiamat. Now, obviously, we know that a lot of people like to pull up the T-home thing in the Bible and say that that is the Tiamat parallel in the book of Genesis. But really, there's a stronger piece of evidence for that, and that is Tahamatu, who is a deity known in Ugarit and across the Levant and the Middle East and the Arabian Peninsula, who is the Elohim equivalent of Tiamat. We also have Anu, who is the sky god of the Anunnaki, right? And his consort, Ki. Anu and Ki are El and Ashera in roles, but Anu, when he is under the Elohim, he is subjected to being the ruler of the sky by El, and known as a descendant or counterpart to El in some sorts. But when we see him under the Elohim, he is known as Shemayim or Samu, and we even see renditions of this where he is known as Baal Shamam. And then we have Ki, who is also known as Ninhursag. This is Ashera. And while we're talking about Ninhursag and Ashera, the reason why we know that Ninhursag is Ashera is because Ashera is also known as Belet Ili, which is another name for Ninhursag, and because of Ashera's connection to El, it goes back to the roles that we see Anu and Ki have, the roles of the Most High, or the highest of the henotheistic theologies or systems that they have from the ancient Near East. And just another rapid fire, we know that El is Enlil. We have proof of this because Enlil is also known as Asher, who is also known as El, and Asher is the consort, or is the male consort to Asherah. And then we know that Amudru is known by the Israelites and amongst the Elohim because he is known as Quetsu wa Amaru, and he has a connection with Asherah because Asherah is also known as Quetsu, and Quetsu comes from the root Kodesh, which means holy. We have Baal Hadad, who is known under the Anunnaki as Adad or Ishkur, the storm god. We have Ishtar or Astarte, who is known as Inanna or Ashtoreth in the Bible, the queen of heaven. We have Sin and Ea, who are practically Yarik and Nikal, the moon and festival gods, the gods of fertility and the moon. We have Shemesh, who is Shamash, who is Shapsu. These are sun gods. You know what I'm saying? Like, that we have so many similarities that I think it's time to have an honest discussion about it. And I have had a longer discussion about this on my channel that you can check out. And we will discuss this even further, where I will make a longer form video than even that, where I will touch on the deeper connections and the Netzeru. So tune in.